Hello everyone, welcome to this new Let's Play of Wardwell House. It's a free indie game that came out on Steam and I believe iOS as well, literally yesterday. I know some other people got their playthroughs up already. I'm very impressed with those people. It took me a little while to get it running on my computer and to get the sound levels right. So free on Steam and iOS. Not sure about Android, but I'll put a link for Steam down in the description below. A couple things. The game does autosave after each new scene. It is an indie puzzle horror game that's supposed to be a pretty unique experience. It does support VR, but I don't have a VR headset, so I'm just playing it on my PC. One more thing, this is a puzzle game, and as has been established in the past, I'm kind of rubbish at puzzles. I will do my absolute best to solve it on camera, but if I can't, and I'm getting totally stuck and the playthrough is stalling, then what I will do is say, I'm having trouble with this puzzle, I'm going to cut it here, and then I will cut it and jump to the solution. It's just going to be easier for everybody, I think. Okay, let's get started. Chapter 1 is called A Walk in the Woods. I've been lost on the water for countless days. I'm dehydrated, starved, exhausted, and I think I'm losing it. The water is not shallow enough for me to have run aground here. How could I have drifted here? How indeed. Okay. So, how to play. You look around by holding your left mouse button and moving around, zoom in or out by right-clicking, read all the hotspots, and then zoom into the arrow to proceed. Press enter to adjust the settings. So these are the settings. The only settings you have are invert mouse, which no sane person would use, rotation speed, and rotation smoothness. You have to click perfectly on these in order for it to work, and even then it doesn't seem to make a huge amount of difference, so I'm just going to leave them where they are. So the spots are marked with these little yellow circles. If you're colorblind, you might actually have a really hard time playing this. I just want to note that. So best of luck to you if you are colorblind and plan on playing this, but otherwise it should be fine. It might be a little difficult because the spots are bright yellow against a black and white background, but we will do our best. So. Swimming downstream is dangerous and requires too much energy. I should follow a path through this forest and maybe I can find something to fix my boat. And then when I look at the boat, there's no way this is getting fixed without tools and materials, and even then. So somehow we ran aground here on a kayak. Not totally sure how we managed that, and even the character doesn't seem to be. That looks like everything of interest here. Yeah, I don't really see anything else. I played the first 30 seconds or so just to get through the intro a couple times and test the sound levels, but that was it. A strange landmark, hopefully? No, that's some Blair Witch bullshit. Sorry. Calling it now. I thought I heard footsteps from back there, but it was probably just my imagination. I hope it was. Okay, so if it's just gonna make me look at one or two things every scene, maybe it won't be that bad in terms of my garbage at puzzles. Dead decaying trees everywhere. This island doesn't look like the most habitable of places. Another one, and with barbed wire around it. Is it some sort of animal trap? Nah, man, I told you it's Blair Witch bullshit. I'm gonna look at this first. Names and other markings too weathered to make out. I remember doing carvings like these with my son on his favorite tree back home. Why would someone hang a creepy-looking black cloth like that? Bizarre. Oh, okay, it's black cloth. Yeah, no, it's not. That's horseshit. More than one cross in the ground usually means a cemetery or burial grounds. Okay, I absolutely would have given them props for this if this thing moved forward. Kind of disappointed that it didn't, but I am a coward, so it's probably good for me. Sound effects are good. It does sound like I'm in the middle of nowhere. My god, a human skull. It looks aged and decrepit. Is this from a shallow grave? Yes, thank you for the musical cue that I was supposed to find that creepy. What's that? Not too sure what creatures like that is. It looks like there are predators about. I need to find shelter before it gets dark. Could we get... No, we can't get back in the boat, can we? Okay, well, kudos to the game for answering that question before I even asked it. I'm actually going to see if turning on rotation smoothness helps at all. If I can click on it, which is a chore. Come on. There we go. Turn up smoothness all the way. Oh, that's significantly better, actually. Okay. A noose tied to a glistening steel chain. It looks fresh, like it's only recently been placed. That's not really a noose, it looks more like a leash. What the fuck is that? Huh. Don't like that. This hasn't been here long. Whoever left it is most likely still around. Where was that? Iron shackles crusted with what can only be blood. I should stay calm. My exhaustion is making me imagine frightening scenes. It's hard to imagine iron. I'm pretty sure that's real. Finally, some life on this island. I'm so hungry that I wouldn't mind joining them in their little feast. Nope, not that desperate yet. Dried blood coats the hook. I would have assumed that these were being used by hunters, but after all the evidence I've seen, I begin to think otherwise. Yeah, this place is haunted as shit. Can we go back and try swimming? Okay. I am missing a spot, evidently. That rotation does get hard on the eyes after a little bit. It's that VR effect. Does not agree with me. Oh. All the guts are still inside. Someone or something skinned the poor thing alive. Who would do such a thing? Guts being inside does not mean that it was skinned alive. I object. Plenty of things that are dead still have their guts inside them. I thought that was a person, but it's just another black cloth. I have a bad feeling that I'm being watched or followed. A dead crow whose wings have been torn off. If I don't find some other meal, I'll come back and cook this. Beggars can't be choosers. No. Sometimes starving is a good alternative. Where the hell have I come? That's a human hand, with flesh still on the bone, and these remains are fresh. Swimming is looking better and better. I vote we turn around now. Let me follow this stream and see where it leads to. At least I'll have something to guide me along. No! The protagonist of this has never seen a horror game. or movie. I'm sure this black cloth is meant as a foreboding message, but I should press on. I'm dying of hunger. Do you know what's meant as a foreboding message? The human hand nailed to the fucking tree back there. Maybe I could build a raft using some of these broken tree branches after I get energy. This hook looks used, like it's been here for a while. Small chunks of rotten flesh still remain on it. I'd have to be completely crazy to eat that. Though I'm not too far from that line of thinking right now. No thanks. This particular black cloth looks like a praying witch. Maybe I'm hallucinating, but it appeared to move. Nope. I'm trying to turn slowly so that I can give my eyes a break from the fucking fishbowl effect here. I guess the arrow only kicks in after you've looked at everything. Did someone else receive an abrupt, violent end here, or has my delirium gotten the best of me? A man-made path in the middle of the forest. I finally might be nearing civilization. I finally might be nearing an end to my suffering. I don't think that's what's happening. I think we're nearing the people who nailed the hand to the tree. Each time I see these, I get a strange feeling that they were once people. Mm-hmm. So it's not really a game as such. It seems more like a walking simulator, unless it's got some new mechanic it's going to introduce. Let's try that again. Chapter 2, Wardwell House. The path has led me to a clearing, and I've arrived to an old, dilapidated house. At last I have found sanctuary. Not sure that's what we found. It's obvious that strange cult-like activities took place on this island in a previous era. No, they took place in a current era. That's a fresh human hand. This guy's an idiot. No way I'm going back into the wilderness. House is not any safer. I wonder who would build a house on this sinister island. I'll think about it later. For now, I really need to rest. Great. This is haunted as shit. Bad. The decapitated head of a horse. The eyes and innards of the head have been removed. The smell here is sickening. Yeah, that's not an old horse head either. That looks fairly fresh. Don't like that. Various rusted tools and chains scattered around. Nothing unusual here. Yes, this is perfectly fine and normal. Oh, come on. A chainsaw covered in blood. Looks like more than just trees were being cut with this. What a nightmare. Can we take the chainsaw covered in blood? Locked. So much for trying to go in through a side door. Jammed. Stuck. Alright. Can I try to go in the front door? Like a normal person? Not that a normal person would want to go in here. This day planner contains entries for day-to-day errands and appointments. The last entry is dated 5 years ago. That's horseshit. Look at this place. A painting of a gorgeous horse in its prime. Unfortunately, it looks the same as the one outside. This all seems strangely clean. Why are there mannequins? Don't like that. I'm stunned. Immaculateness and opulence were not the impression I was expecting to have on the way in. Yeah, no, this is horseshit. Absolutely not. This place is haunted as fuck. That is not the same door we came in. These uniforms look ancient. Seems like little children once lived here. Everything looks well maintained. Is someone still living here? Is that another picture of the horse? Sure looks like it. A well-groomed family. They look very rich. According to the clock, today's date is September 21. I can't believe that I've been on the water for more than 5 weeks now. We have no reason to trust that. If no one's been here for 5 years, which, again, is garbage, but that's what we're assuming from the day planner, then we have no reason to believe that clock is correct. Admittedly, it is still ticking. That doesn't mean it's correct. This book looks like part of a series on 17th century American history. Salem, Massachusetts, places on American history. Yes, yes, witches haunted as fuck. Got it.
You have 88 new messages. Playing message from 5 years ago.
Jacob, this is my final reminder about the upcoming board meeting. As CEO and chairman of the board, you are responsible to answer the charges leveled against you. The meeting will discuss how you squandered company funds on gambling. You have not attended a single meeting for months, and the board will also decide your future as chairman. Please respond. This is your company, and it faces huge problems.
Seems like Jacob is the main problem that it faces. Also, you have 88 new messages. Also, how the fuck are you getting electricity out here? And why is it still running? This fireplace has been used a great deal. There's a faint sensation of residual heat being given off. Great, so that means that's recent. Hate that. Some of these photos have placards with dates and names. They appear to be family photos through multiple generations. Some of them are quite old. Pages and pages of the head of household's diary entries. It looks like he suddenly shifted gears and focused on gambling above all else. And then he begins focusing on his family history and genealogy. His name is Jacob Wardwell. Gotta be careful when you're turning this, because otherwise it'll give you motion sickness. A diary next to a photo of an old man. Must be the previous patron of the family. Most entries discuss a hope for his son, Jacob's ability to lead the company he built into prosperity, and remove the previously tarnished reputation of the Wardwell family. Seems like that went badly. A painting depicting destruction caused by rising waves and storms. Eclair wins Kentucky Derby, so Eclair was the horse. Volume after volume on topics ranging from finance to probability to investing and even horse racing. Texts on mythology, mysticism, and ancient history. It's apparent that many more books are missing from this shelf than any of the others. Great. This fireplace is ornamental, and it's another expression of wealth, as it's made of expensive marble with generous golden accents. This is the last instrument I want to hear played right now, an organ. The frame reads Samuel Wardwell, May 16th, 1610 to September 22nd, 1692, Salem, Massachusetts. A very old and dusty chest. It's tightly locked. So we will have to come back and unlock that. Gotcha. Looks like a family sat here every evening sharing dinner. Eclair's Triple Crown win. That horse must have been a real winner. It was coveted once. Yeah, up until someone cut its head off. To my one and only true love, Catherine. Jacob. Portrait of Eclair. This must have been made to commemorate its big Derby win. Yeah, isn't a Triple Crown like... I know nothing about the Kentucky Derby, but isn't that like super hard to get and it has like the highest odds? Or the highest odds of like... in terms of what you're going to win if you bet on it and get it. The painting depicts a man being seduced into a forest by an enchanting witch. Don't like that. Don't like much of what's happening here, in fact. That shirt looks freshly washed and ironed, also white and free of blood stains. Keep forgetting I have to be careful with the motion smoothing on this. My goodness. I shouldn't have done that, but I'm so drained it's hard to concentrate. Piano Sonata number 8 in C minor. Can't go upstairs yet. Oh, yes we can. We have to take the other stairs. Evidence of a well-traveled family. These vases look exotic and expensive. Several horse racing trophies. That horse must have earned its keep. Why would they cut its head off then? A letter addressed to Jacob Wardwell by his wife, who says that she will return in 1 week for the rest of her things and to collect the children. Ah. A lovely room. It's so tempting, but this house has raised my curiosity, so I'll look around first. Curiosity is not what it's raising in me. I'm pretty sure this stand is from IKEA. I'm like 70% sure I've seen that at IKEA. With the magnet lock. Photos from decades past. It looks like someone was searching through this family's background for something. Oh good, creepy dolls. My favorite. The cloth on the arms and midsections look worn, like they've been carried and held a lot. More evidence of the children. They're dusty. Everything in here is dusty, dude. Excuse me for one moment, just gonna take a drink. There we go. Have I not seen everything yet? Oh. Are those scratches on the ceiling? I hope not, but probably. What am I missing in here? Nothing else on the ceiling. Oh. Portrait of Ella and Eva Wardwell. Not helping that everything is now tilting weirdly. It's definitely not helping the motion sickness. An even better bed. It's done. This will be my new bedroom for the next few days. I think that that is a fucking terrible idea, sir. It's getting late, but I'm in no rush to leave, since I doubt anyone is living on this secluded island. Aside from whoever nailed that hand to the tree. Nicely tailored tuxedo, though I see several red stains on it. Downstairs door opens. Shit. Someone is here, I better hide. Fucking hide where? Oh, okay. I'm just mentally preparing myself for jump scares. I'm never prepared for them at the best of times. The discordant music is incredibly effective. Right, can we leave now? Is that on the floor before? Oh, I don't want to go back out there. Whoever is here went down the hall. I've got to find somewhere to hide downstairs. How do I get downstairs? Ah. On second thought, I better leave rather than hide, as I don't want to get caught. Correct! The pace of this is very tightly controlled. Thank goodness I got out. I don't know who that was, but I'd rather not find out. See, now I'm getting myself paranoid because I thought for a second I saw that door move. Anyway, time to get the fuck out of Dodge. Bye! It's beginning to get dark. Was I really in the house for that long? I wonder if I passed out for a while and didn't notice. Yeah, it's hard to tell, but the perspective on this has gotten weirder. Oh. I'll have to drag my feet to the boat. Maybe I can patch it up with some of the fallen tree branches near it. Yeah, this is definitely... Anything that's made for VR has kind of a fishbowl effect, but this is way worse than it was on the way in. Wonder if it's trying to show that we're getting dizzy. Just thinking about being back on the water makes me sick. The sun was beating on me for days and I had nothing to eat or drink. Who wants to bet that the boat's going to be gone? Being completely alone for weeks without any resources can make a man go crazy. The mind starts turning on itself, leading to hallucinations. Oh my god. In one hallucination, I saw the waves rise as high as skyscrapers and they came crashing down upon me. When I came to my senses, the water was serene and peaceful. Can my luck get any worse? It's about to start raining any minute. How will my broken boat handle a storm? It's fine, the boat's not going to be there. If I'm wrong, but I'm pretty confident that the boat will not be there. I think I'm almost back to where I began. No, I don't know if this would be... Shit. This can't be possible. How could I have gotten lost and navigated back by mistake? Also, how did it get dark in 2 seconds? Well, technically I was right. The boat is gone. We can't get back to it anyway. It's effectively gone. I'm not sure if this would be easier or harder to play in color, to be totally honest with you. Chapter 3, Son of Salem. No thanks! It's too cold outside and the rain is getting heavier by the minute. I can't risk getting hypothermia by staying outside. It's best to go inside into the house until the rain stops. I just hope the person that lives here is gone. See, normally I'd advocate, like, knocking on the door and asking like a normal fucking person. But in this case, I absolutely advocate not fucking doing that. Can we find somewhere to hide? Hello?
You have 87 new messages. Playing message from 5 years ago.
Hello, Jacob. I wanted to speak face to face, but since you didn't show up in the mean, it's with the utmost regret. I have to tell you that you're fired effective immediately, and the board has elected me the new chairman and CEO of Wardwell Industries.
Doesn't sound like you regret it
Your
that
actions
much.
have brought this company to its knees, but I will try my best to restore the once great name that your father built. Oh, and say hi to Kathy for me.
Okay, so this dude was fucking the other dude's wife. Was that smart to come in here and, like, play this message when we don't know if the dude is home? Oh, it only shows me one message at a time. That figures. Have to admire the work they put into the lighting and everything. A very old newspaper clipping from the Salem Gazette from what must have been one of its first years in publication in 1791. The reporter is writing about the aftermath of the Salem witch trials, which were near their 100-year anniversary. It looks like many victims' family members were financially compensated, but money can't replace the dead. That's an interesting line. Money can't replace the dead. What did this guy... I've been locked in. I can't get it to open no matter how hard I try. Fucking... God damn it. Diary entry by Jacob Wardwell dated 5 years ago. That familiar dark sensation has again been growing in me. I can hear his voice in my head leading me to unimaginable acts. I have fought it for years, but alas. Sorry, what did that say? The answering machine is inoperable and there's no phone attached. Great. This diary wasn't open to this page when I left it. Grandfather came to me in a dream last night, the same dream of him being led for execution. But this time he smiled to me as the noose was tied around his neck, knowing our pact had been sealed. Oh, good. That's just great. Time-worn documents with illustrations that are horrific. A bull's head on a man's body. A woman being crushed with a pile of treasure that has increased in weight on top of her. 1 coin at a time while she looks up at what's happening to her in agony. The back of the document is signed by Samuel Wardwell. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. The old man's eyes have a steely toughness to them. His expression sends a chill down my spine. It's locked, but there's a deep stench of something rotting inside. I'd rather not even try opening it. We're gonna have to open it by the end of this game, I guarantee you that. An ancient-looking cutout that reads, "When the full moon riseth, and the tide is high, gratify the Lord, and endue upon thyself eternal blessings." It's signed by Samuel Wardwell. Okay, I'm just gonna stop and put this out now. If, like, 3D movies and stuff give you a headache, do not try to play this, because it's gonna give you a migraine. I'm getting motion sick from this. I'm gonna try and make it through, but I might have to take a break. Books on the occult and paganism. A bookmark is on the chapter about the faith's vision of hell. It's chilling how similar this house is to its description. A valley where people and animals were sacrificed, the entrance to which was littered with human remains. Great. A note by Jacob Wardwell, and so it ends, or begins. They screamed and wailed as the blaze devoured them, and yet I had no feelings. I will fulfill his destiny, something my weak father never could. Ah, yes, this seems fine and normal. I am increasingly sure that that case came from IKEA. A page from Ella Wardwell's diary. How could you do this to my cat, father? Seeing her burned alive has left a scar in my mind that will remain forever. This is my last diary entry dedicated to you. Someone who did such a horrific thing cannot be my father. Cool, 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 cool. I would like to leave now. These eerie-looking dolls are giving me the creeps. I get a strong feeling that they're staring at me. Must be a voodoo doll of some sort because it is filled with rusted nails and needles. Cool. All these dolls look so realistic I can almost sense them move. Fuck. It locked behind me. Shit. What the hell is happening? There's a strong sense of something emanating from these dolls. Yeah, could it be the red eyes, do you think? That's probably a contributing factor. My head is throbbing and I'm on the brink of insanity. Me too. This can't really be happening. This can't be my end. You sure, bud? How do we get into a modern house from there? This is a different house. Murderous tools scattered across the floor. A deranged and demented psychopath lives here. I was better off dying in the water than this hell. That's what I was fucking telling you, but you didn't want to listen to me. This is a different house. Look at this. This is totally different. This is not the same house. Chapter 4, To a Better Place. I'm actually going to take a quick break here, because, again, migraine. But we will pick up here when I can finish the recording. Okay, break time's over. So Chapter 4, To a Better Place. With whatever life I have left in me, I need to make my way back to the forest. There must be some way to escape. And, okay, we're back. So, that headache actually wound up lasting a bit longer than I was expecting. Honestly, it's the next day now. It's now the 16th, so normally I schedule out my updates for weekends. I'm going to try and get this one out today, and then Where the Water Tastes Like Wine will update as normal. I don't know if I'll have another video ready for the weekend, because usually I try to do one Where the Water Tastes Like Wine and then one session playthrough something else. Don't know if that's going to happen this week, but I'll try and get this one up today, the 16th. Seriously though, if you do get headaches or if you get nausea from like 3D movies and such, this is going to have the same effect on you, so be really careful. Thank God I'm out of that place. Not sure this is better. I can hear a dog barking and I'm not sure if it's in the game or if it's my neighbor's dog outside. I hear footsteps. Seems like there are wild dogs on the island. Oh, okay, it is the game. Though in this darkness it's hard to see what's going on. That's a person that I'm pretty sure wasn't there before. That was there before. I feel so weak that I'll be easy prey for any predator, including the one with the chainsaw behind us. I am glad that this turned out like... It's more of a walking simulator. I wish that there had been more puzzle elements, because I think with like the Google Maps VR thing that they're going for, puzzle elements could have really added to the game, like having to access stuff in a certain order, that sort of thing. They're telling a decent story, somewhat cliche, but they're telling it well. I've got to muster up the little energy I've got left to get the hell out of here. But yeah, if there had been like a few more mechanics besides just reading things in the right order, this definitely could have been a lot better. Those footsteps sound closer. I feel like someone or something is following me. It is. At the end of this, there is going to be a mighty jump scare. The footsteps have stopped. Whatever was following me seems to have retreated. I can see moonlight shimmer on the water. Looks like I'm finally close to my boat. The broken boat that can't help us at all. Damn it, the storm must have swept away my boat. Now what? I knew the boat was going to be fucking gone. Called it. Oh, I feel so... Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh, fuck off. Okay, now everything's in color. There's a new symbol. That one must be for me. Is that someone's cell phone? So I wonder if this marks then where people were killed, because I don't remember seeing this the first time. Fade to black. Yeah, I died. Does it really end there? Interesting. So he bought the horse as his company was failing, probably hoping to win back the money he spent on it. Bought a private island. Possibly to get away from his failing finances. Claire kept losing, so he can't win the money back that he spent on her. Banks have downgraded the stock to junk status, so this guy's life is falling apart. The house burned to ash, and his children died. So he set the fire that killed them then, from that diary entry, and then disappeared, probably back to this island. Many years later, is this like an epilogue? Stairs. After all these years of searching, could this finally be the island I've been looking for? Okay, it does actually seem to be a little bit easier on the eyes when it's in color, even if it's washed out color. That's the bridge from before, so these are all taken in the same area, even if they weren't exactly the same house. I've been searching more than 20 years, Dad. I hope you're still alive. It's probably not, unless it's the guy in the horse mask. Wardwell House, and it cuts out there. Okay, that's a better ending than the previous ending. I'll give you props for that. Okay, so I liked the experience. I do think it's going to give you a headache if you get headaches or motion sick from 3D movies, so definitely be careful of that. I wish they had done more with adding maybe in some puzzle elements or some kind of gameplay to the game, rather than it being straight walking simulator, which it currently is. But the story was good and it was well implemented, so I'll give it that. I will toss a link for Steam down in the description below, and try and get this up later today. Till next time.